We're learning new details in the deadly plane crash that happened in Nampa over the weekend, including the name of a nearly 2-year-old boy who lost his life in the accident. I'm your Nampa neighborhood reporter, Keith Burrell, and 24 hours later, the plane still sits in this Nampa shed as investigators try to piece together what happened.
Several neighbors in Nampa called 911 Sunday evening after a small plane crashed into a shed around 5:40 p.m., less than a half mile from the end of the Nampa airport runway. Crews cut off the top of the cockpit to get to the passengers inside, and sadly could tell 2 adults were already dead. The third passenger, a toddler, was removed from the wreckage and rushed to the hospital, but was pronounced dead a short time later. We have now learned the identity of that child, 23-month-old Paxton Leroy of Eagle. Nampa Fire Battalion Chief Jed Simpson has been responding to calls for 27 years, but this one was a first.
This is my first airplane incident into the community. We've encountered some on the airport property before, but for me, this is my first response to a neighborhood airplane crash.
When Chief Simpson and his crew arrived, community members and police gave their best efforts to help, despite the risk of fire, as fuel poured from the wreckage.
When we arrived, we brought the appropriate tools to bear and were able to cut away the aircraft and access the passenger area. We determined that there were 3 people inside.
Nampa Municipal Airport tells me that all pilots are expected to be familiar with FAA guidelines on operating aircrafts at airports without control towers. That aircraft narrowly missed power lines, trees, and homes, crashing into an unoccupied shed. Flight data shows it recently made several trips across the West, including stops in Oregon and California, and weather observations Sunday night at the Nampa airport showed no strong winds or other concerns for flying.
Nampa police tell me that the Federal Aviation Administration and Transportation Safety Board are investigating the incident, and we will continue to provide you updates as we learn them on Idaho News 6 and IdahoNews6.com. From Nampa, I'm your Nampa neighborhood reporter, Keith Burrell, for Idaho News 6.